Where's that motherfucking video?
I got
My
it.
bad.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin flying around the field. Starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, blue jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these are the sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window. They analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
Playing smooth on y'all end because it was. But anyway, this the shit that happens when you gotta kind of go guerrilla style, and you out in the wilderness trying to get this shit done. We got the homie JG holding down the board. But it's me, your boy the mayor, that GJ named Ace5. You're my favorite fat guy, definitely in deepest, darkest Africa today. And we got a good one for y'all. We got a quick one for y'all today because there's been two heavy hitting topics that we gotta go in on. And before we do that, we gotta say what's up to my partners. Right next to me to my left,
What's good, y'all? How's everybody doing on this nice fall night? It's your man JG. Been a minute. Happy to be back chopping up with y'all brothers. A lot of topics to go around. I know we got one big one tonight, but we're happy to be here in the part of the year where there's a lot of sports topics happening, and it's also seems to be a political season. So there's just a lot of shit happening in the world right now, and it seems like we're gonna have a lot of content, and a lot of stuff to chop up in the next few weeks. So, but kicking it over to my brother on my left here, TJ.
What up, gentlemen? It's a good evening. It is a lovely evening tonight in the tri-state area. I must say that. Little Indian summer action going on out here. Lovely night. Yeah, like Jay said, like Dan said, a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a couple of good topics tonight that we're going to get into real quick. Speak and voice our opinions about the rights and wrongs and the moral compasses of some of these people out here in the world today. But I'm ready to get into it. And to my left, man, fresh back from yard. What up, O?
What's good, fellas? What's good, man? It's your boy Big O, man. I'm here. I'm fighting through this, man. My personal trainer right now kicking my ass, man. I'm got me drinking 100 ounces of water a day. Yo, I'm dying, man. But I'm here, man.
What you eating? You eating 3 raw eggs a day with like no protein and shit?
I'm supposed to write down everything I ate today. Oh man, listen, it was Taco Wednesday today.
Ooh, Taco Wednesday.
And I had me some jerk chicken for lunch, man. So I'm not writing none of that down in that diary.
Wait a minute, you had tacos and jerk chicken today, my guy?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have no
man.
I had no breakfast. That cancels out, man.
You gotta think about it, yo. The spicy burns.
That's
exactly.
Dude,
It's
Exactly.
just you had jerk chicken tacos just combined into one.
Bong bong, right?
With rice and peas and
You
plantain.
do.
But
You had such.
you gotta get your body right for the cosplay you gonna do at J1Con. So I feel you.
Yes.
I feel you.
Y'all,
I
y'all
feel
made
you.
the ask though. Yo, y'all dressing up? Y'all dressing up?
I don't know. I see. First off, before we get to that, and before I answer that, once again, we are at J1Con this year, November 4th to the 6th. We are holding down the Black Affinity Gauntlet Content Creator Summit. This year is not going to be panel driven like it was last year. This year is going to be more fun than anything. What I got planned, I could tell y'all now. I talked to the homie over at Head Nerds in Charge, and we're gonna do some team action with this. I'll tell y'all about that in the coming weeks. I'll tell y'all behind the scenes, but I'll tell everybody else about that in the coming weeks. But yeah, man, J1Com, we are there live November 4th through the 6th. Come through Black Affinity Gauntlet. If you're going to cosplay, come through cosplay. Do all of that shit, man. It's a fun time, great time. It's only a couple days after Halloween, so once you do your little store-bought costume, you could rock it one more time. It's all right. You could stretch out the little rubber band off that Halloween mask like we used to get back in the day.
The plastic
You
that used to
know?
suffocate you and shit.
The plastic, not no, it didn't suffocate. The little ridges around like the eye and the mouth part used to cut
Yo, you used to cut, boy. them Superman faces.
Ooh, trying to go
or
through
everybody was Batman, and when it gave the white mouth part for the bottom, so even if you was black, you was white for that day.
people stick their lips through the little slit.
Fogging up your face.
But yeah, I was thinking about doing something because I have a legit lightsaber that I bought at Disney at Galaxy's Edge. So I was thinking of doing something interesting, but it would cause
I
me to
hate you,
spend
Dan.
some money and try to find a jacket that is kind of hard to come by. So I'm gonna still keep that under wraps, and I might do that just for that day. We'll see. I might let y'all know.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just me.
You got the legit lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. I'm jealous. I'm hating right now.
I couldn't even
It
get
was
into that joint.
totally worth me. I got one for myself. We got one for myself and my oldest daughter also because it was her birthday too. So it was
That's dope.
it was
That's
like
so dope.
$400 well spent, I think, roughly. Now, if you go to the
Yeah.
one where you build it, I think that
Yeah.
one is like 300 to 400 individually. But we didn't find
Yeah.
that
Woo.
one. We found the one that sold it already with the
Already
hilt,
assembled.
and yeah, because the other one you buy the kyber crystals to put
Right.
inside
And
it.
you built right.
Wow.
And you build it.
And,
You build it there.
yeah, right. But the thing with the kyber crystals is this: you get it in somewhat of like a mystery packaging, and you don't know what color you get until you plug it in.
Oh.
So if you're looking for a Sith red one, good luck. If you're looking for the grape drink one, that's even harder to find. And you know
Damn.
the grape drink one from Mace Windu.
Mace
Mace
Windu.
Windu.
Oh yeah.
So you don't know if you're gonna be a Sith or a Jedi till as soon as you plug it in.
Yeah, that's if you go to the one where you buy the crystals. Now people be going
Wow.
there buying up mad shit and eBay in them joints. Like you can find like people with the legit crystals on eBay. But if you get like if you look like the either the black, I think it's black. If you find that one, like you're paying big money for it because it's rare.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the one from Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
The dark saber.
Dark saber. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
That sounds dope.
yeah,
Speaking
man.
of
So
which,
if y'all
not to veer too far off topic, y'all watching Andor?
Yes. Fire.
I haven't
Fire.
man, listen,
Fire.
I
I
got
wasn't
so
sure.
many I gotta catch up on all of that shit. I still haven't seen The Mandalorian. I still haven't seen Rogue One.
The
I still
Book of
haven't
Boba
seen
Fett.
Solo. I
Wow.
Oh,
You
and
haven't seen Rogue One, dog?
yeah,
Oh, come
yeah, you are
I
on.
doing yourself
because you
a
know what
disservice.
I have to see. My thing is I have to be in a mood, and it's not like those
All
things
right.
ain't available now online. I can still go
Yeah.
back and get them, but for me to sit there and watch a movie, I have to be in a mood and determined. Now,
Well, winter time is coming.
Yeah,
documentaries, I could flip on a documentary at any time, which is strange, but not
that's
strange.
not
But
strange. I
compared
mean,
to
I'm the
like a
same way.
regular movie, I have
Yeah,
to like really, really want to sit down and see it.
Well, I heard that Dahmer joint on Netflix is bananas.
Yes,
yeah.
but I
I
heard.
heard it's
I
really
might have to tap
bananas.
into that.
Oh
But
Yeah.
man.
but
So like
I
that is only psychopaths, man.
hey, I love that shit. I
Well,
literally just at lunch today, like I was watching. I think the channel was Super Wario or something on YouTube, and I sit usually I'm at lunch and I'm watching like gang documentaries people make. Like the one channel I just mentioned, they did one about a couple of them from Staten Island, some gang shit that's going on out here.
Mm.
I sit there watch that. I watch hood vlogs. That kid, he links up with like a rapper in a dangerous area, and they walk him through the hood.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, which his shit is alright. His shit is alright. But then I love the shit that I love watching on YouTube. I haven't watched in like a month or so, but watching there's a channel called Scam Beta, and there's a few others where these dudes will hack into the scammers' computers
I love it.
and shut them bitches
Love
down.
yes, I need to watch that.
Yo,
it.
you need to
Love it.
watch. I need to send y'all some. Yo, they
Send me
hack
the link.
into son. They hack into to their computers, destroy their files. There's a guy who like he'll sit and listen to the scam calls and will try to intercept by calling the person being scammed, letting them know they're being
Oh
scammed
shit.
to
Wow.
try to get them out of it. There was one guy, there's a few of them, who they hack into the CCTV cameras of the locations and will call out the specific person they're talking to and
Damn.
will have them on camera.
That's rugged. That is
Son,
rugged.
Damn.
them,
That is
yo,
crazy.
them joints is fucking nuts. But it's dope work because they're fucking killing scammers.
They're
Yeah.
doing God's work, man. They're doing God's
Yeah,
work.
Yeah.
yep,
They're doing God's work. Whew.
yeah. So
I
it's
did
them
do.
shits is
Go ahead. Yeah.
what you say?
No, I was just saying. Always talking about being crazy, but in college I did do a whole paper on serial killers. I did get an A in that shit.
Man, listen, man, listen. All I'll say is, and hopefully YouTube don't block me for saying this, but if y'all haven't watched a Serbian film, I don't know if y'all know crazy.
No,
No,
them
Sam,
two. I
don't
don't
do it.
think.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do
Oh,
it.
don't do it. Oh,
Don't do it.
don't do it. Oh, it'll be the
There's no
biggest
reason
regret
in
of your
life you
life.
can do that. Yeah. You like your
I
life
watched
the way it
that
is right
movie.
now?
Yo,
What's the name of the movie?
all right. Another link that I will send y'all. There's a kid on YouTube. The channel's called Spooky Rice, and what he does is it's called disturbing somethings. But what he does is he's pretty much, in the words of Jay-Z, Hope did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Right.
He watches some of the craziest horror movies and does a breakdown. It's called Disturbing Breakdowns, and does a breakdown of the movies for you. When I send people the one about a Serbian film, because I've been through it 1.5 times, and that half a time was to rewind to say, hold up, did I
Yep.
fucking see what I saw?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yo, the kid's disturbing breakdown is all you need to see of that movie.
Send them the link, Dan.
It took almost a month and a half to get that stain of constantly thinking about that movie and its ending out of my brain.
Yeah.
So
Oh
what I'm
man.
saying is you go crazy if you haven't
I blocked
seen
that movie. I blocked that movie from my memory. Like I don't even remember. Like I don't want to remember that.
it, but it doesn't bother me no more. But whoever made that shit
Was fucked up in the head.
motherfucker should have been brought up for charges.
Yo, what he did, Tiffany Haddish and Mike Epps got off light compared to what this dude did for the fucking Serbian film. Ari Spears, my bad.
And I refuse to want to talk about that shit on the show, not just because I'm a big fan of Ari Spears, but after listening to his podcast one time, and he was talking about how he couldn't get into the case, but just know that this woman is a scammer and a serial lost person. That pretty much came out in the results of what happened with their case, because everything got dropped.
Okay.
Everything got dropped. So
But
I didn't want to talk about that shit, because a lot of people, you know how people get on the internet, they jump out the window on shit, and especially when they don't like somebody, it's like, see, that's why I'm telling you, and then they don't say shit. They don't say shit when they're proven wrong. They never come back and apologize.
That's true.
They never come back and apologize. And we're going to get into some of that with the last topic. But whoever got the Robert Sarver information, give it to the people, because we know now with the Sun and the Mercury, that's why there's a fire sale.
But is he really losing by selling the team? Is he really losing by selling these teams? If he's not selling them for pennies on a dollar, it's not a real punishment.
I'm sure he's making a profit. I believe.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely, he is.
So who can set?
You're talking about $1 billion.
Who can set the table on this topic and what's going on? Don't everybody.
Big O, you want to give that a shot? Yeah.
All y'all niggas is glitching. All right. So Robert Sarver got in trouble within the NBA and the league for pretty much flagrant use of the word nigga.
The N-bombs.
Alleged harassment on women and other staff members. But the most flagrant thing was that I can recall was he was quoted, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, how he was talking about Draymond Green. Draymond Green runs up and down the court saying nigga all game. How come I can't say nigga? And he was saying the full ER, I believe, what he said.
He was.
It's all the posts of the reports, and it caused LeBron James to speak out. It caused a whole bunch of other players to speak out. The funniest dynamic is everybody's blaming Chris Paul as he's like the owner killer, thinking about how he was with the Clippers. And like they're saying, it's always, everybody who don't like Chris Paul is blaming Chris Paul. I'm not blamingRis Paul, but everybody's blaming.
We may want to try and get him into the next.
Kill James Dolan.
No.
Look at that face.
Pay him what he wants.
Get him on there. Get him on the staff as a coach at least, please. Let's get him
something. JD and the short shots will be no more.
I have a question though. Is Chris Paul still players president?
I believe
so. I don't think so.
No, he gave it up?
I don't know. I know they rotate like every few years.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's changed hands yet though.
He's been kind of quiet on the whole subject this time around. You know,
Well, I mean,
He's been through this
sometimes you got
before.
to be cautious with the man who's cutting your checks.
that's true.
Because
It's Chris
I
Paul.
don't
I think.
remember him talking much with the Donald Sterling shit either. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
but yeah, man, thoughts around the table about what's going on with Robert Sarver.
I mean, he deserves everything he gets at this point, but I don't think he should sell both those teams for a profit. I think that's the only way you hurt this man, by not selling these teams for a profit.
Well, unfortunately, when he only bought the teams for I think a few $100 million, those evaluations go up over time. Those league
Yeah,
teams, professional league teams always appreciate and never
Mhm.
yeah, they're like
depreciate.
property.
So
Mm-hmm.
he's like it or not, Jamal. He's gonna profit.
Yeah. They. I mean, they want to say nigga so bad. Well, okay, you can. It's gonna cost you some coin, but you can. But actually, he gonna earn off it.
Yeah, yeah, he came up.
But I mean, at least I'll give the NBA credit for this. The league, they have the balls to try and check some of these owners. I can't see any of this shit happen in the NFL.
Never.
Yeah.
Well,
Snyder did that job.
I heard they trying to do something with Snyder, but I don't know what the particulars on that is.
but they did get the Houston Texans owner, and they did get the Carolina Panthers owner, who ended up dying after his ordeal.
But the thing is, with the NBA, that's different from the NFL. Roger Goodell works for the owners.
So does Adam Silver.
I don't think Adam Silver works for the owners like the way Goodell protects them and the Shield way harder than Silver does with the NBA. It's a completely different dynamic in that sense.
Well,
I
can agree with you to a point because in the NBA, like the ownership groups somewhat side with the players also in some ways. It's like there's not really a fight like the NFL. Like the NFL, the guaranteed contracts in the NBA talk differently than the NFL does. That's why the NFL owners can kind of, they can play a little bullish because they hold a lot of power in, we could cut your ass and cut your contract off right here. We'll talk about a settlement about your guaranteed shit. And Roger Goodell, again, yeah, he's there for the bottom line of the league in general and to make sure the ownership group is in check. But the NBA, no, Adam Silver too works for the owners, but also works for the players. So it is kind of like a double-edged thing with him. It just doesn't
Adam
feel the same.
Adam Silver's not getting paid $55 million a year either.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Goodell is the highest paid commissioner of all sports.
Now, I have a question since we're talking about the Shield, real quick. Is it just me, or I haven't heard anything latest, about Brian Flores and this whole Miami scandal that was supposed to be a scandal, with him coming out saying that they're intentionally losing games for draft picks. Like that was swept under the rug.
That's still caught up in like litigation.
Yeah.
But they still haven't gone to trial with that. I know his lawyers are still. I think they're trying to get. I think they're still fighting to get an independent judge over an arbitrator that the NFL wants. The NFL is fighting to get somebody from an arbitrator and follow the constitution of what the NFL is, as opposed to a judge who is not a part of the NFL outside of it to rule on this. So I think that's where it's been tied up at this point. But it's that thing is still rolling forward very slowly, but it's still moving forward.
But I
That's
would, I do agree, Jamal swept under the rug indeed. I mean, Amakwa, that yeah, definitely swept under the rug because nobody's publicizing it, nobody's talking about it out there except for us right now.
it's bad press. It's bad press, bro. And the NFL can't be seen in that light.
Yeah, that's worse than Donnie. That's worse than a ref, than a basketball ref. Um, um, betting on his own games.
Yeah, yeah. You can say that. Yeah,
I
no.
agree. I agree. Even though, even in the NBA, tanking has always been a thing, especially when you get to a certain point of the season, playoff hopes is done for. Like that shit don't matter after a while, to be honest. And all these teams do it.
Yeah.
It's just they now have to prove the blatantness of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
most teams don't do it at week one though.
This is true. This is true.
Facts. Hashtag
This is
facts.
true. Unless you are the Vegas Raiders of this season.
Yeah.
Mm,
No, that's a whole coaching thing. That's a whole coaching debacle. That dude is trash.
Yeah.
With
True.
the talent that the talent that team has, there's no way they should be 0-3 right now.
Some folks are
No
better as
way.
coordinators, man.
Know your role.
Hmm.
Know
Yeah,
your role.
And Josh McDaniels has kind of proven that time and time again.
But this is the thing, how he keeps, and this goes back to what we keep on talking about. You keep on giving chances to these same people, and the results are what you thought they were going to be when he left the last place.
yo, if,
Right. And that part ties into what I wanted to mention about Sarver when you was talking about, he shouldn't be able to, but tie all to the people like to say is white mediocrity and how they can
Right,
fail upward. It's like how you could consistently fail upward if you're one of them, but if you're not, you're ahead of the state. Like man, we really have been on not just TV has been doing such a phenomenal job at covering this, but mainly because there's a lot of people that need to get, shot at, not literally, but just figuratively with words behind this. Ime Udoka gets caught cheating.
Dan,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I apologize. Real quick, breaking news. Judge that said the 61st.
oh, dope.
Nice.
Congrats
Okay.
to him, man.
Aaron Judge for tying Mayfield's American League record. You still have 12 more to go. No, 13 more to go because Barry Bonds, I believe, hit 74.
73.
And I, I thought it was 74, but 73, my bad. So you got 12 more to go, Judge. Thank you for helping out and carrying our Yankees into the playoffs, clinching the American League last night.
His
I've been
back
paying
hurts.
attention. I haven't been watching, but I've been paying attention. And this is looking like a really good year for us to make a long run, hopefully. But yeah, you still got Barry Bonds to catch, and I will never, ever, ever let that go.
You got to put
Barry
an asterisk
Bonds
on
is
that
the
one.
home run king. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Steroids was a thing in baseball. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say. Y'all allowed that shit. Y'all allowed that shit to happen. Y'all allowed it to happen, and then crucified them after. That literally, yo, I can equate that shit to bait car. Like you set the trap up. You set the trap. You allowed the trap to happen. And now you want to play superhero on a whole generation of baseball. Fuck you, Major League Baseball, for that.
You know why? Because
I get real
they didn't give the
passionate.
money back. They didn't give the money back of all that money they made in TV revenue, shirts, jerseys, all
TJ,
memorabilia.
TJ, did somebody
Yeah.
say McDonald's for Sammy Sosa? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. 1998 saved the sport of Major League Baseball. Prove me wrong.
No, it did.
Mm.
It was in the trash.
Yeah.
For real.
It was in the trash.
And
real.
now those same writers refuse to let them in, boy.
And with Barry Bonds, it's more because he never wanted to talk to the media. And they were upset at the answers he was giving them when he did talk to them. So because he never played nice, they look at it as, this is your punishment. We'll never play nice with you.
Yeah.
That's some bitch ass shit. That's like the kid who got punked in school who became a manager and said, ha ha, fuck you, you can't get a job here.
That's exactly what it's like.
What did Bismarcky say in the vapors? Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. Welcome to my store.
Right? But yeah, I'll never let that shit go. Just like how ESPN, when something happens to a woman, and this is a part of the dynamic we're going to talk about within this, but when something happens to a woman, there's a select few of the women analysts on ESPN who never let go of a situation until something happens to their liking. And I'll get to why I mentioned that in a minute, because I don't, it ain't going to be like I dislike the women on ESPN. I love a lot of the women on ESPN, but there's going to be a specific few that we're going to point out. But Udoka made major league headline news because he cheated on Nia Long. That's the first reason, in my opinion, because it was Nia Long. And everybody held her up on this pedestal. Like, there had to be something there for that to happen, in my opinion. Did it with a team official. Got suspended for a year. Now, when we talked about it briefly in our chat, in our group chat, like, I was on some, like, I thought it was unfair, for cheating. But then y'all enlightened me to, well, it happened because it happened to a team of, it happened with somebody within the team. And I was like, oh, I get it. And Jamal, you was the one who told me that. So.
Say again, brother. You was breaking up.
Not connected to me. I'm sorry, y'all. We're live. We're making it happen. So, but no, I was saying how you were the one who enlightened me on Ime Udoka and why he caught the year. It was because he cheated with somebody within the organization. And now with the reports that came out, which is weird that all these reporters are getting praised for putting the report out, but then they're also on TV getting mad, like, why is this here publicized the way it is? So, but you, like I said, when you let me know that, oh, it was with a team, somebody from the team, I was like, okay, I got why it was a suspension.
Do you think it was a year's suspension because he got caught, like somebody caught them in the act? Or do you think he got a year's suspension because it was somebody that it was done on the team? Because I've heard from other NBA players speak about this. This is prevalent throughout the NBA with trainers, sports psychologists, handlers, whoever you want to talk about. This goes on prevalently throughout the entire NBA. This is not news to anybody in the inner workings of the NBA. This is dirty laundry, but it's sports in general. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sports, just life in general. It's just every organization, this shit is going on,
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
You should see the VA hospital.
Yeah. there's not a job I've ever had where I didn't see that shit. That shit wasn't going rampant. So, so the thing is this: is that we because they haven't put it out, we still don't know exactly who it was or who it was with. If it's a player's wife, yeah, he got to go. You know, but I can't see them if they didn't exactly fire him. I don't know if it's a player's wife. It probably was somebody, in management's wife or something. But still, it probably something that I don't know why why they publicize it at all just yet. If you're gonna, the way they did the whole press conference, it just didn't make any sense that his name was brought out, but there was no other disciplinary action amongst the other party. So it makes me believe that one, it's not about the relationship; it's about what happened. Something probably happened afterwards.
But it was consensual, though. This is the
That's
whole
what I'm
deal.
saying.
This was a
probably not the
consensual agreement.
Right.
It was with somebody on the staff of Boston. I don't know if she was married or not. That part I don't know.
Yeah.
Ime Udoka is not married, so he can do whatever he wants in his private time with his life. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe somebody walked in on them or something, or maybe he was getting, topped off in his office or something, and they're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what the circumstances of that situation was for that part. But
I mean, go ahead.
To suspend him and not fire him in any other job, you're getting fired if that happens.
Yeah.
And thank God, knock on wood, I've never got fired for doing that. But I mean, just keep your business to yourself. It's your business. Whatever you do behind closed doors is your business. I understand the whole company policy where you're not supposed to fraternize if you're of upper management or upper tier, that you shouldn't be fraternizing with the lower level employees. I get that part, and that's a violation. But a slap on the wrist, give them a fine, and keep it moving. Why are you going to let this hang over the whole entire season? They're going to hang this on the whole entire season. The players are confused. They're upset. They don't even have the whole story. And now you're going into a season where you just came off of playing in the finals, and now you're going into the season with a coach who hasn't done. I mean, he was on the sidelines, yeah, but he never really ran a team. So you're sacrificing the team for this one event that really is, like Jamal said, happens all the time everywhere. They always say don't shit where you eat, but people can't help themselves. People are people. So this is going to happen, especially on that high level where it's prevalent like that. So I don't get it either. It doesn't make sense to me.
Since the beginning of time.
I'm sorry. The Celtics organization should have never leaked it. That was like their first no. I mean, it's the way I see it. Court of public opinion already crucified Udoka for cheating on Nia Long, so he already comes out as a bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Strike number one. Strike number one. Go ahead.
So reports leading up to the press conference it was a consensual relationship. But then you go to the press conference and the owner, the co-owner says, okay, well, only one person is gonna get disciplinary actions. So it leads us, it has a scratch in our head. Like, how is this consensual, but only Udoka is getting punished? Like,
but if
was it a minor? Like, these are things that are going through my head, because if you remember, Barnes, and I'm not saying that it is, but Matt Barnes initially he was like, no, Boston was wrong, da 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 da. But once he got all the facts, he was like, yo, you know what? What he did was 100% wrong. He's against Udoka after that.
Yeah.
So
I didn't see that.
That means it's either a player's wife, but more than that, it's probably somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
But you being the chick that was consensual, how do you show up to work every day after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
That's
fact
tough.
that
How do you show up to work every day after that?
yeah, the fact that there was that only he was punished, it makes me believe it's not so much that they even cared about the relationship. It's something had to happen post relationship, and why he's being
Mhm.
punished. As I'm thinking, that's the angle that it is. It's something that went on afterwards, or who that, or exactly who it was that he messed around with. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a matter of they had a relationship and that's it, and they just punishing him. I'm sure it's deeper than that. But again, it's all allegedly. We don't have the facts, and we don't know, so it's speculating. Which is why the Celtics, they left this room for speculation, which is how it got blown out of proportion anyway with that press
And
conference.
Jamal, right there, that's a part of the problem. The fact that the Celtics organization put it out
Yeah,
and left the speculation, and to me, it's what Big O had mentioned that called for all the grounds of speculation, which was they are punishing Udoka, but not punishing the woman who was involved. If this was consensual, two parties were at play. Why is it only good for, why is suspension only good for one, but not good for the other? That makes zero sense in all of this.
They
Zero
could have
sense.
easily they could have easily said he was been suspended for conduct detrimental to the team and left it at that. And we would have just been like, oh, he must have did something fucked up, and that would have been it. We could have lived with that. It would have been swept under the rug, and then we'd be moving on. But we're still talking about this because it was so sloppily or poorly managed. You know what I'm saying? And how it came out and how the rumors got started, and it's a Pandora's box now. It's
yeah,
all fucked up.
yeah. I mean, that's why it leads me to believe that because the other person didn't have any punishments, put upon her. It's something more than just a relationship. It's something else that we just don't. They just haven't put out. There's something else going on.
There'll be a book about it in 5 years.
Eventually, it's going to find its way
It,
out.
there'll be a
ESPN
book about.
Yeah,
30,
because
30
There'll
for
be
30.
30 for 30.
yes, it is. There's
There'll be
something
a
else
30 for 30.
goes on.
So
So
my question though too is okay. So as far as the suspension part, if what he did was so egregious, right? If what he did was so horrible, why even suspend him? Just fire him. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
Because that way he can move on. Both parties can move on. What I think is if this dude Missoula does, if he wins 40 games, Udoka's not coming back. My opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think this right here. I think this year is a dress rehearsal for this new dude, Missoula, and I mean Udoka better have his bags packed. You
And
know,
now, question two, with that guy Mazzola, because I was watching some videos today and yesterday, and they mentioned that dude's name, saying he was also in trouble at one time too, like
yes,
for some shit. Which the name that I want to get to, and I gotta say, she fucked up majorly, is Malika Andrews on ESPN. Now, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I'm naming her full straight out because she made the statement on TV, which, you know what? I saluted her for making the statements about the guy Mazzolo, because they do that same shit to all the black players, all the black coaches, yada yada. If you had a past, they love to dig and bring that shit up if you were a black player. You know what I'm saying? So what's fair is fair in that case. But where she fucked up at was when Stephen A. Smith made the statement that he made on First Take. This is the video I shared with y'all. That he pretty much said everything, and then Big Perk came on their show and was just he expressed what we expressed a minute ago, that why is only one person being punished in all of this? But she tried to play on some like, you can't blame the women. There's no victim blaming in this and yada yada yada, which
Nobody's a victim.
nobody said that either.
yeah.
Like with the way she tried to come at Stephen A, quote unquote, about talking about women in a certain way, he never said any of it and got G checked ASAP. and she jumped. She jumped far out
Mm-hmm.
the window, like the Bed Bath and Beyond guy jumped out the window. Like he
Wow.
went 19 stories.
Wow. Wow.
Yo, I like
Mm-hmm.
Malika Andrews, but she jumped off the 19th floor with that one,
Yes, she did.
reaching,
Wow.
Yeah.
reaching
I
for
don't know
some
what you
shit
think.
that wasn't
Yeah.
even said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I was
and
like, where
that's
the hell she going with this?
exactly. It was like, where the hell was she going with this?
She made it
But being
personal.
dead wrong.
She made it personal. She made it personal. And
Yeah,
that was wrong.
I totally
That
agree
was
with you.
wrong.
I totally agree.
That wasn't fair reporting at that point.
Mm-mm.
But
That
dude,
wasn't
but see, that's what I wanted to mention as far as like the way ESPN has been reporting it. Because just like everybody's been saying, like, yo, ESPN, you've been doing a shit job in bringing up and talking about Brett Favre and reminding the world about Brett Favre and how much of a piece of shit he is. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all are fucking going for the gusto on Ime Udoka because a woman's involved. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not like we're saying, we hate, this ain't the He-Man Woman Haters Club here. We call it down the middle when need be. And I just gotta call it like it is. People like Molly Curran, like they jump out the window on that station when anything comes up and related, even when the facts are just pieces.
Yeah.
But they talk just to sound right. And I'm not saying Maria Andrews was even wrong. Half of what she said was right, but the way she jumped out the window was dead wrong, and pretty much
Mm-hmm.
accusing someone of saying some shit he didn't say. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it just, I hate that I'm saying that. Being a father of all girls and stuff like that, I don't want these things to happen to my daughters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't just ride. It's literally like being in a gang. Like you just ride because the leader told you so. You're
right.
just riding with no cause, no what happened, no voice of reason flowing through your head. You're just riding the ride,
Yeah.
and that's how I personally took her approach on it. And that's how I take Molly's approach on anything that she just jumps out the window on anything. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that type of unfair reporting or commentating, that shit needs to stop. That shit needs to. You can't sit here and tell Perk, who said, got the information. Let's remember, the man, number one, played in the league. Two, played for the Boston Celtics. Is still close and friends with people in the organization. I'm sure he's
Right.
more privy to information than you are, reporter. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, I'm sure he's more privy to more information. That's why I
Perk
believe he
said he
can
had
make
the
a
facts.
statement the way he did.
Yeah. Perk said he had the facts. He said, I got all the facts. And
Right.
she did attack Perk, and it felt like it was because of the Stephen A thing that she was kind of trying to save face with her attack on Perk. I was like, oh,
So no, she not only attacked Perk, she shut him down.
yeah. And I was like, man,
Oh
I was
yeah.
like,
You
as if
know,
this woman's thing wasn't bad enough. Perk had to pay for what Stephen A did.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. That's how it looked to me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hate
Yeah.
to be
That's
that
how it
way
looked to
too,
me too.
because but it did feel like there was a little bit of bias there, like she was gearing for a fight that wasn't there. You know.
And, but but I will revert back to something we mentioned a few minutes ago that I thought personally it's 100% valid and fair to question why the woman in this consensual situation is not being put up with anything. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
what was unfair is all the reports women who weren't involved were being judged and questioned. I get that. I totally get that because if you had nothing to do with it, you should be like, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You should be
Well,
standing
they
10
left
toes
that
down
room in.
talking about my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
Yeah, and that shit was wrong. But that's the mess the Celtics made by
Yep.
by, by coming out with it that way. And people are naturally going to ask that question when they see punishment. People are going to say, "Well, who was the other person?" And then they're going to naturally say, just human instinct. Why is the other person punished? And which I wholeheartedly believe there's more to this story than we know, and there's a reason why only Udoka is getting punished. There's more that's going to come out, and we'll figure that out. We'll see what happens. Um, if this is just a story as is, yeah, people are right to question that. But I don't think there was anything wrong with asking, okay, why isn't the other person punished? But I just think we got half the story, and
Yeah, I
the
agree.
way the Celtics presented that, it naturally led to, unfortunately, what happened to those women. And you know how social media is. Social media is a horrible place,
Mhm.
Listen,
and it's unfortunate.
Udoka will get another job in this league as a head coach if he decides to resign or the Celtics let him go. He's done enough that his
Yeah.
resume speaks for itself. So I'm not worried about him. He'll land on his feet again, very shortly too. Especially
Definitely.
if the Celtics do well and they were like, "All right, we don't need you." He'll
All
be the
right, but
first hire for someplace else.
what the issue though, TJ, within that is how the Boston Celtics are literally, you could kind of say, holding this man hostage.
Hmm.
Yes,
You're
Yep.
holding him up
yes.
for a year to lock him in to be like, all right, like let's see what we could do without him. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll weigh the good with the bad. Like if they do bad, I will bring him back on some kind of conditions and blah 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 because that man just brought us to the finals. But if we do good without him, it's like nah, And like something part of me feels like like this is Brad Stevens fucking being jealous.
Yeah.
To
Now,
me,
is
we
he
felt like
suspended
that.
without? Is he suspended without pay?
No, they said he's going to take a financial hit though. They said his contract is going to take a hit,
Okay,
but
so he's
but
still getting some money though.
he's still going to get some money. And
Uh,
from what I understand, he's up for another contract. So to be honest with you, this plays right in the Celtics organization's hands. You know, he was due for an increase. You just brought a rookie coach bringing the team to the finals.
turn
And
this
you're up for a
season,
contract in 2 years.
turn this season completely around after New
Yeah.
Year's.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely.
So
Man,
it'll
I
definitely be
agree with
very
all of that.
interesting.
I agree with all that, and I understand all of that. I just, again, I think this whole situation is unfair. It's terrible reporting on top of bad organizational decisions. Like
Yep.
Yes.
terrible. Like they made this mess, and now they're trying to save face by doing, in my opinion, doing this dumb shit.
Hmm.
And to me,
Yes.
I think that this shit got the national attention it did. It was just because of Nia Long. If it
You're
wasn't
right.
Nia Long's name
Yeah,
attached to it,
Yeah,
I don't think we would be hearing about this the same.
that's a fact.
you're right. You're right, Dan.
I'm not looking to be right. I just it's a feeling.
Yo, not to change the subject. More breaking news.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
What happened?
R.I.P. to Mr. Gangster's Paradise.
Coolio?
Dead at
Julio?
Yeah,
59. Yep.
59?
Oh shit.
Yep.
yeah.
Man, rest in peace to
Damn.
Coolio.
Word.
Rest in peace to Coolio. I don't give a fuck who y'all are. I was a fan of Coolio. I ain't gonna lie.
We all were on that fantastic voyage. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. We were all on that fantastic voyage for sure.
Yeah.
Word. And one fact correction. I said Mickey Mantle. It was Roger Maris's 51.
Yes.
No, none of y'all checked me before Reddit
I,
popped it up.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you make that faux pas, Dan. So you're good in my book still.
Okay.
Well, it never happened.
It'll come out in New York. As
Oh man, Mayor, where you at?
you know, ESPN.
And Dan at Area 51, man.
Oh yeah, damn. Man. It's like they jamming his service, bro.
The Celtics got your phone, bro.
So I'm breaking up bad.
Yeah.
You taking hits, bro.
Yeah, I got that. See, Jamal, and this is why I need you to man the ship tonight, because I knew I was in a reception area.
Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about what happened in Colorado earlier this week about the young lady who got pulled over for road rage, and the cops pulled her over, and this was some back road or whatever, and the cops they crossed the railroad track. She pulled up past the railroad track, and the cop parked his cruiser on the railroad tracks. They finally cuffed her and got in the car, and as they were searching the car, the train was coming, and they left her in the car, and the train hit the cruiser with her in it, still handcuffed. I don't know if you saw this.
I saw the video, and the last I heard was the woman was kind of fighting for her life, but she's not dead, wasn't dead yet.
Well, no, she's out the hospital right now, but she suffered 9 broken ribs, a fractured sternum, a broken leg, multiple head and arm injuries, and the cops did nothing to pull her out the car before the train hit. Absolutely nothing. They just ran. It's all on video. It's all on body cameras. It's all on cops, all on the other cars. They was like, get back, get back, get back. The train's coming. And the train just mollywops the cruiser 40 yards into the field with this young lady still inside of it.
Wow.
Attempted murder.
Yeah. They all need to get sacked.
Murder. That's exactly what I was thinking when they better go down for murder. Not even attempted. Well, attempted because she survived. So yeah. But they need to go down for that shit hard. Yo, she needs to sue that county or city or whatever for everything they got.
Everybody's getting sued.
That police force.
Everybody's getting sued
on train tracks. Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to park a car on train tracks?
Don't be surprised if it comes out that that was something to hit.
He needs to own that police department afterwards. Yeah. After all this shit is said and done. For real.
Well, her lawyer's been speaking for her the whole time. And he was like, this is egregious failure in departmental procedures and everything. The whole book needs to be thrown at these people. It was like 6 cops out there. Not one of them made an attempt to go back in and get and they had time to go back and get it. It was pitch black outside, like we're sitting out right now. And the train, it's not like you can't see the train light coming. It wasn't in no big city area. It was in a rural area. And the train was hard on the horn. And they just left her in the car. Left her in the car. If she died, who knows what would, I mean, I don't have words for the stupidity of this.
You gotta get rid of them, just like the Uvalde police department. You gotta sack all those.
The whole squad.
Yeah,
the whole squad is negligible.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Well, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all wrap up the show because I know I'm gonna lose y'all while I'm in here. So y'all know what to do. Peace.
All right.
Thank you, Dan. All right.
Sir.
So, everybody, great show. Thank you for coming out. You know, it's a pleasure doing this. Middle of the week show, chopping it up. You know, the Ume Udoka saga continues, and I'm sure it's not the last time we're gonna touch up on it. There's gonna be some more details that is gonna come out, but y'all know what to do. We go to the brother to the left, TJ.
Yo, shout out to you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming out tonight and putting this together. It was good. It's been a minute since all 4 of us have been on, so I appreciate that. It's been good. Looking forward to Sunday. when we get up and do this again.
Mhm.
And like you said, this story ain't over. This story is far from over, and we'll probably be talking about this till the All-Star break, which is in February. So, especially if the Celtics are having a shitty season or if they're doing well, either
If they're
way,
doing
it's
well,
not
yeah,
going
it's gonna
away.
have legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Big
All
O.
right. Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, shout out to the primetime edition of Starting Five. This was fun. Shout out to Nia Long for making this story relevant. I'm about to after this, I'm about to hit up her DM, man, shoot my shot. Man, I know she
holla
is.
at your boy.
So jokes, man. But this was fun. This was fun. Thank you for the Celtics organization, man, for giving us something to talk about. Because it never got out.
Indeed.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens Sunday, man. We can't wait till Sunday, man. Get my picks in.
Yes, sir.
What's up? So, and thank y'all for joining. It's a pleasure chopping it up with y'all. Share it with your friends. Keep coming back. QR code on the other side of TJ there.
Yep, by my big head.
All right.
Yes.
I'm JG, signing off.
Out.
Sir. Later.